What's up guys, this is ScherBR talking. Welcome back to my channel. On today's video, let's talk about the 3.5 anniversary exchange ticket. Now, some additional information about this ticket. You can get remembrance Festival, UD Access, and SaGa Soul styles here. SaGa Soul styles are pretty rare. They appear from time to time, just like the UDX summons. There are some good stuff from UD Access, and I will explain in this video. And because they are rarer to find, choosing them may be better for some people. SaGa Soul don't have anything that I actually will recommend here, sadly. When we get a future SaGa Soul banner, they will probably have all of these added as well, so I suggest you to wait. But all the Remembrance Festival styles that are included here are now also part of the off-banner list on all Remembrance Festival banners. For example, click here on the polka and you see the same selection. So if you get to 15,000 medals and you get your last banner unit in the end, you can PT an off banner and it will be the same as this 3.5 Selector ticket. So just remember that, based on this same decision, you can wait to decide the character that you want on the last day even. We have 41 days left to choose, so take your time, no rush. We get 3 tickets during the event, and we can select the best styles that will fit your needs. There are way too many, there's no simple answer about the best styles. It depends on your account, the characters that you have, the ones that you skip, and what you lack when facing hard challenges, and all of that. But the character that still works as is Rag Robin. This guy is still very strong. He works as he is. After Rag Robin, I believe Leon 1 is still a good damage dealer, especially if you are starting and don't have a damage dealer for gun remembrance. And he can even be used on 200 of Spiral Corridor. Some user just did use this Leon. Still has damage reduction, still works. Another one that is useful is Global X Silver. She is still very strong, she can inherit Vandalize Plus, can act as a blunt, stun, or slash damage dealer. And then we have Matriarch number 4, because she has that pin of protection that can still be useful here and there, and she is still the best buffer for Spear Remembrance. And we have as well her third style, or the first. I believe right now we only need to get the first style with Pin of Victory, because this will buff damage of Spear uses on Remembrance. Not useful as she was for hard challenges. Then Global X Rouge is another one that is still useful. Some people clear the high stages from Spiral by using this Rouge with his Dark Wash, buff break a boss, and he is still a good BP battery and can do enough damage, alongside a heal that blocks damage. Then there is Gustav with Scroomguard. This guy here, you'll be using him as he is if you have Let's Paint to inherit. He may not be the top character anymore, but he can also be used when the enemy uses just physical attacks, or in serious challenges, or on Sword Remembrance. I do believe that the latest Urpina is still useful as well, and you can inherit from her UDX style, so you have 2 different cycles for single target and AoE counter. All of these characters can still be useful as they are. Another one is Acelus, maybe sometimes to a lesser extent, but she can inherit Rising Nova Plus from her S style that's available in all banners. And it's another buff breaker with access to 4 BP per turn and a skill that uses 9. Still useful as she is. Chooser is still a good companion for damage in gun remembrance. You could still theoretically use him on hard challenges, even though he's not the best one anymore. If you are missing on farmers, Arthur is now stronger again because of Triple S weapons, and you can choose him. Then Khan is still useful because he has a very strong attack that has double elements. Aerial's stings can be used on turn 1, and it's still useful now that we have the free quest mode. And I can tell about 2 counter units. One is Golden Ball, that's not really a counter but a character that buffs when she gets hit. If you didn't get Juden, she still works to buff endurance in some very specific fights. And we also have, for example, Golden Lion. in her counter style. She still works because Challenge Lion is pretty cheap. She can keep using it, self-heal and self-buff. If you did not have Arpina, and if you failed to get Julian as well. So, to a very lower extent, Time is still somewhat useful. For serious challenges, he still can apply Guard Up Medium, buff Endurance Will, Love and Charisma. He can heal on Overdrive and apply Morale Up and remove ailments. In a way, he is still useful if you miss it out on lots of support and can be used for Remembrance as well. These units can still be actively useful. Now, I'll talk about inheritances. They need even be better than choosing these styles. First, we need to talk is Jo. If you got her newest style, you will want to have the Robin version to inherit Sparkling Knives for farming and Headbutt for challenges where you want her to perform as an intelligence debuffer. Then, Christmas style for Impress. She has a very useful Christmas Moon that stacks, and you can cast this to have at least 2 usages to decrease damage taken a lot if you have the newest Final Impress. If you have the newest Final Impress, you can still inherit from the Global Axe style, Quadruple Moon Strike for farming, or Imperial Shield for very specific fights where you need to block all damage in some turns. If you summon it for the latest Eagle Maul, you can get Wicked Rapture as inheritance, or even Malicious Trick that can decrease attack from the enemies by 15%, and you stack, you have enough PP to keep carrying this. If you have as well the Silver Summer style, you can get her Halloween style, because now you'll be able to use that skill Storm Roar Plus for very strong farming on the free quests. Or if you already have the Halloween, you can get the Summer one. And you have Melissa, that if you got her Global Axe style, now you can amplify Dragon's Blessing. That becomes a 7 VP skill that applies defense boost, medium, heals and gives VP. And she can stack this 4 times to decrease damage taken like quite a lot if you are using BP batteries. Melissa is not as good as the newest list, but can also be used together since all effects stacks, and can be used as a replacement. And then we have Mirza. If you got his anniversary style, you can inherit now left fork to make him super strong in some very specific challenges. He's still a very strong damage dealer. If you got Nawal's daughter latest style, you can also inherit now Water Festival. It will make her even better. If you have the latest Liza, you can also inherit that Wave Rush to make her a very strong agility buffer for Remembrance, where she allows everyone to evade in some challenges. Now from the UDX pool, you can just get Saruin, because Destructive Blow is such a powerful attack with his recent anniversary style. You can also get Mirza's Steel Blade Light, because this guarantees a healing and now relies on RNG. All of these ones are top inheritances. They will make your newest characters even better. There are some others that are not so important but can also be used. For example, we have Summer Ellen. If you got recent Ellen and you don't have access to Saturn Blade via inheritance, and you can also inherit from the media's Perfector style Sweet Hit if you got her Bunny style. Not as important, but can also help in some situations. If you summon it for Natalie, you can get Mariah's Ring of Life Plus that recovers, revives, and removes ailments and debuffs. If you have the latest Sif, you can now inherit Whale Plus that really helps on Remembrance for X users. If you have the newest Bunny Rock, you can inherit from her Global Axe style either Blooming Fireworks or Psycho Boom. That deals a lot of damage and buffs the character as well. And as for UDXs, you can inherit from Elicit Lightning Plus to allow newest Elicit to be full water based. Then you can just give her a water staff and she will do good damage. If you summon it for the latest Gwen, you can inherit Roaring Thunder that can be amplified to become a 2 attack skill that will increase the output damage even further. And if you have the newest Halloween Asper Girl, you can inherit from her UDX style either Healing Rod, Telekinesis, or Dimensional Aura to decrease damage taken in some specific turns versus shadow, and cold attacks. And now I'll talk about remembrance utility, because those will only be used there now. Especially about X units. If you didn't get the latest Darius, you can still get the first UDX because he is pretty defensive and he can even trigger a healing to the party. So you can use him as your main damage dealer after Strumnikin. And for Axis, you still have Aunus as a very good character that can apply shield, especially if you have his next style that makes him even more defensive. Besides Aunus, you can also get Ogniana, because she can heal and revive, while your Aunus will be using LP for his shield. She also has a single target and an AoE attack if you need. Kid Monica is also very useful for Remembrance because of her chance to block damage, damage reduction, chance to buff the party, recover, heal, and an attack that also heals. You can also get Cindy if you are lacking damage for Gun Remembrance. And if you are lacking sustain, there is also Zeke that will reduce damage taken via Scrum Guard. Still talking about Scrum Guard, you can bring Jamil. In his cross style, he has access to both Scrum Guard and Lady Step that decreases damage taken and increases your damage potential. And if you got his bow style, he becomes even better. Two types of effects. For Rapiers, we still have Diana. That is a support unit that, while old, still works in a way because of Prayer for Peace, healing, HP, and buffing Endurance and Will alongside removing ailments. Besides Diana, if you want some damage, the latest version of Dark is still okay for Remembrance because he does have a chance to evade and damage reduction as well, alongside applying defense down and self-buffing pretty well. He's also a very good unit to apply instant Q for Siegfried fight. Fodder can still be useful if you are using his mask style for Remembrance. You can inherit Great Adventure to allow him to draw more enemy attacks and heal. We still have Therese if you feel like you want one extra damage dealer. In her summer style, she can actually do good damage and still has one damage reduction. There is a version of Forneus that can fit for inheritance if you only got the newest Forneus. He will hit 3 times with lightning damage and buff intelligence 3 times as well. The newest Forneus counters with intelligence based attacks. This Forneus is also fully resistant to lightning, so there's even some other utility as well. If you are lacking damage for clubs, I suggest using Will because he does have damage reduction, but if you already have Will and you still feel like you need more, there's also Tatiana, but she needs extra resistance since she lacks damage reduction, and only if you don't have the other Tatiana. You'll get a better one in the future. Well, that's it guys. I decided to get UDX Wayne because I have his newest style and I want to have some fun. I will also be getting Melissa because she has that new amplify for Dragon Blasting and I can inherit into my newest style. With the last one being either Ogniana, Gun, or the Mage version of Forneus. Those will be my choices based on what I have. And with all that said, this is the end of the video. What will you choose? Please share here on the comment section. And if you don't agree with me, please elaborate. I want to see your opinion. Also, don't forget that these tickets will be here for 41 days from the recording of this video, meaning that you can't wait to decide and may get some of these styles accidentally when pulling for other banners. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, and if you want to support the channel, we have links on the description of the video. I hope to see you soon on the next video or live stream.